Do you think that eyeshadow is like actually like a tricky?
I think it was the hardest thing for me to have learned when I was in college, because I didn't understand the shapes that I was doing, and my product was really bad. I think the main issue for most people is they don't have a good product.
What makes like an eyeshadow texture good?
It needs to be creamy, not too powdery. It needs to have a pigment, but a pigment that doesn't stick, so you can blend it really easily. What you've got to remember is the eyes are quite a small space, so you can make it slightly bigger, but it's more about an illusion of shape. These are contour sticks. They are great and you can move them, but you need to work quickly. But I'm gonna keep the lid quite open, and I'm gonna put the contour in like that. So the thing is, when you do this socket line, like you can see where it goes in, so that's where you need to do it. When people say they don't know where the socket line is, it's the bit that goes in. See, so what I'm just doing, I'm just making that socket line a bit more intense. You see, the reason why I'm using two eyeshadows is one is slightly darker than the other, so it makes the blend really soft, so you can't see where you go from one colour to the other, just creating a shape. And this is good, this brush, because it actually fits the eye, and then you can use the point and do that a little bit. That's my favourite brush of the world. This is Burberry. It's a blendable kohl. It's really soft. I like to put it on my hand and then push it in with a brush, because it gives you that kind of undetectable liner. I'm just doing the whole of the eyelid up to the socket line, and then I'll just blend it out. And you could do it with this with your finger if you wanted. Just going to take it underneath. I just want to add a little bit underneath, just a softness. I don't want to make it too heavy, look up, because with Anya we do it heavier, but you know, brown line is good. I do it on Victoria's Secrets when I used to do them, because it's like it gives you definition, but you don't look like you've got an eyeliner on.
So I normally do a lot of eyeliner, so I don't know a lot about eyeshadow, and I also stick mostly to neutrals, so I don't know anything more bold.
This is the quickest way to do a smoky eye. A black eye pencil needs to be quite soft. I like the Kevin Alcon one. I'm just making sure there's no gap between the lash and the first part of the eyelid. The thing is also, like, don't put too much product on, because if you put too much cream product on, it's going to crease. I'm going to go underneath with a grey. It looks like much more than it is underneath, so you can always go lighter, and it needs to connect at that end, because this will look dark even though it's not as dark as the top. Because it's like a powder cream, this, so it will make sure it doesn't crease, and it gives me that really lovely soft blend. Just get in here. I mean, it's hard, I can do this to myself, but you kind of just have to relax into it. You need to think about what it is you want to achieve, what look it is you want. A lot of people get stuck and they go, is this the right way or is this the wrong way? It's not about right or wrong way. It's just what you feel comfortable with, and there's just a few tricks for stopping things moving and stuff like that.
Thank you, Wendy Rowe.
Thank you, Wendy Rowe. I'm not taking this off.
And then we never washed our faces ever again.